What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another El Pearly Cologne review. Today we've got Exit the King from Etat Libre de Orange. Probably the last of our sampler set that we're going to be reviewing for now. So, Exit the King, pretty interesting fragrance. Advertising for this one reads, "A fragrance inspired by the fall of power, because nothing can rule us." Exit the King tells a story of leaving a world full of old norms for a new world, a world full of freedom and discovery, a well-balanced mix of flowers, foam, and moss with resolute chypre for those who long for a change. A note from the brand. Which is like, whatever. Alright, guy. A lot of hype for this fragrance, which in my opinion is not all that. I wish I had more praise for this one, as I kind of had high hopes going into this one, but unfortunately it didn't really live up to the hype for me. Does it smell nice? Yes. Is it life-changing or really even worse, worth the price tag? Like, not really, in my opinion. For the most part, it's just a really soapy floral for me. I'd kind of hesitate to call it old man soap, but the florals and the mid notes definitely kind of it smells old man soap-y, if that makes sense. It doesn't smell exactly like old man soap, but I could see an old man kind of using soap that smells like that. I don't know. A lot of the notes on the note breakdown, I honestly don't really smell. I don't smell the pink pepper or the moss. The patchouli doesn't really come across to me very strongly as well. Same with the ambroxan and the sandalwood. My first time wearing this, the lily or the valley or maybe the jazz, some floral note in the middle reminded me of the milk note in Android of the Shell, which is also from this perfume house, if you don't know. The other times I've worn it, I didn't smell it as much, but I don't know. It's got a milky cleanliness to it. I think it's just the soap note. I think they're using some kind of probably some synthetic molecule that smells kind of similar, soapy or milky. But overall, this is just kind of a really soapy cologne with a bit of jasmine and rose that sits at the top, but not particularly strong either. This one doesn't really have really good longevity or projection, even being put up against other fragrances from the same house. I had Exit the King on one wrist and Herman at my side, seemed like a shadow, whatever the translation for that one is. I had that on the other wrist, and Herman definitely outperformed Exit the King in terms of like lasting long and projection. I was getting a lot more whiffs of Herman all day compared to Exit the King, and even when I'm just wearing Exit the King by itself, the juice isn't very powerful to me. As far as value goes, it retails for about $170. Resale value is all over the place. I saw about $80 for a smaller bottle and $120 for the big one. If you like the smell and you can bag it for cheap, I would say go for it, but it doesn't really stick out for me as anything special or noteworthy, especially with the price tag kind of being on the higher end of stuff. I'd heard lots of praise about this one, so I will admit I had a lot of expectation going into it, but I'm just not very impressed. The note breakdown looks very interesting with like the patchouli and the moss and the pink pepper, but it really just comes across as kind of old man soap whenever you remove all the like gaudy marketing to me. Another thing I did want to add about Exit the King is that I did read a few reviews that said like, oh, this gives Fruitiger Arrow, or oh, this smells very plasticky, it smells like a new laptop being opened, and I maybe kind of got that, but it's really only the base notes, so you smell it on like the bottle or whatever you're spraying it out of, and then I don't really smell it on myself like at all. To me, it's mostly just that creamy, like milky, soapy that comes across more so than anything, more than like the plasticky cool note or like a moss note or anything. So kind of disappointing, honestly. And it's really a shame because a lot of Etat Libre de Orange fragrances have the moss note, but I don't smell it in literally any of them. So for that reasons, I will be giving it the El Pearly question mark. Not quite the El Pearly stamp of approval, because I don't think it's really particularly impressive or like a good bargain. So, gonna give it El Pearly question mark. And that's gonna be about it for today. So, thank you guys for watching. Until next time, peace out.